Hello and welcome to FasTALKS. My name is Mikko Tuomala. I'm the marketing director of Fastems and the host of this show. Today in the studio we have our head of product management of digital products, Topi Judén, and from that same digital products team, product manager, Janne Kivinen. Would you guys briefly introduce yourselves so the listeners know a bit who's here with me today?
Okay, maybe I can start.
Go ahead.
Like Mikko said, Topi Judén. I originally joined Fastems 2006, and I've been working in different roles and different positions.
Almost 15 years.
Yeah, almost 15 years with
time.
basically working with the industrial automation software.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Software side.
Yeah.
And what do you do besides your automation profession?
Yeah, something totally different. So I do a lot of things with my hands. I do different kind of crafts.
Okay.
I'm renovating our summer cottage. So something that balance this kind of digitalization.
That's quite Finnish.
Yeah.
That's like doing with your hands and the summer cottage part, sure. Yeah. Then Janne.
Yeah. So I'm Janne Kivinen, and I'm working in the product management team of our digital offering, like Topi. And I joined the company 2013, and I started working in the technical support first. Then I joined the training team. So I have been traveling all over the world, seeing our customers and our systems, and having
many production managers probably. Yeah, hinting towards today's topic. We'll come back to that later.
Yeah. And then around 2 years ago, I started working in this current position.
Okay. What do you do, Janne, besides your automation profession?
Mainly different kind of outdoor activities like running in the woods and then some mountain biking sometimes.
Yeah, I like those as well. All right. So let's jump into today's topic, which is the daily life or hell of a production manager. Let's figure where the title comes from by jumping right into it and asking the question of what does a typical production manager's day look like?
Busy, actually.
Busy.
So maybe it's not a surprise, but it usually it's full of hurry, and usually the cause for this is the pressure which is coming from the customers. So customers are asking parts with certain quantities, certain quality, certain delivery dates, and then on the other hand we have those restrictions on the factory floor, like capacity and those kind of things, and then the production manager's job is to try to balance between these two.
Make all that happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And usually this pressure coming from two directions is not the only thing, because that's actually not the problem making problems. It's the surprises that happen suddenly. So sudden machine breakdowns, sick leaves, those kind of things, and then we. Suddenly we don't have the capacity we planned to have yesterday.
The world changes. The shop floor. Yeah. Exactly. Missing resources could be.
Yeah, exactly.
How about on the monitoring and transparency side? What's like the visibility of the production?
Yeah, this is exactly like Janne said, that it's full of surprises, and of course you get what you measure. Kind of old slogan, but still valid. So it means that you need to monitor the things what you are doing on the shop floor.
Sure.
You need to know what's the status at all times. So basically, like Janne said, you might have some limited resources. You need to know that what's the capacity, what's the utilization of those things, and you need to know what's happening. That's basically the kind of the underlined.
Yeah, are these problems usually that occur? They're unexpected, they're surprises, but how is the typical visibility to the production? How much can typically production managers see beforehand of how do their resource play out and the order needs and everything? Is it typically long or short?
Yeah, I think the overall the visibility is kind of limited.
Yeah.
So the actual, for example, the actual utilization of the resources is not known by the production managers.
Okay.
So basically it might be that they have the feeling that they are fully utilizing the capacity what they have and all the machines and spindles what they have on the shop floor.
Yeah.
But basically the machines are just standing still. They are doing setup changes. They are doing different kind of tasks between the patches and so on.
Okay, so it sounds like the visibility to the future is not that long, and even the current situation, what's happening right now, isn't always so clear. Yeah. You had an experience of this in one Italian aerospace manufacturer.
Yeah, that's one specific case where I saw it with my own eyes that they were telling us that they need the fourth machine because the three ones are already full. And when we took the factory tour, we saw that 3 of those machines were kind of staying still.
They were idling?
They are idling, yeah.
No chip cutting?
Yeah,
no.
So they just did the setup changes and stuff like that, doing the kind of the on-process measurements during the machining and stuff like that. So that's all those things that cut down the utilization of the machine. And still they felt that they are full.
Yes.
Kind of small example how this monitoring and analyzing the monitor data helps the customer to understand the situation actually.
Any similar experience on your side, Janne?
Yeah, and this question of how to monitor and how to measure, it's actually very interesting because Topi mentioned the utilization. That's already quite a simple figure telling that how many hours, how many productive hours we have done with this machine. Yeah. But then the utilization, after all, doesn't tell the whole story. Because then it doesn't matter, or it doesn't make us any money if the machine is all the time running, but it's not making any parts, or it's making wrong parts.
Or at the wrong time.
Or at the wrong time, yes. So then we should also monitor other figures like lead time of the orders to make sure that our orders are flowing through our production quickly. Yeah. And that we are able to deliver the goods or parts the right time. Yeah. And then the last factor is quality. So then after all, our machines are running, they are making the right parts, but then they need to also do the right quality. So that's those 3 things are rather important when we are thinking about or discussing about the monitoring of the production.
Yeah, and it sounds like that the hurry and surprises and low visibility, someone might call that hell, and that's where the title comes from. That then boils down to this. So when you have those problems, your utilization tend to be low. You don't have the lead times you could have, and then quality is busyness equals problems usually.
Mm. Exactly. When you are in a hurry, you do mistakes.
Yeah, that's kind of indirect cause, kind of that when you are in a hurry and then you need to kind of do quick changes and do some things that doesn't support to produce the quality for the end customers.
Yes. Yeah, I would still like to go back to the utilization and why that's not enough to be measured. So you mentioned, Janne, that it's also about lead times, but how do these work together? What is it? Why exactly is it that the utilization is not enough?
Well, if the machine is running from in the big picture, it's running, chips are flying.
So it's utilized, yes. Yeah, that's great.
But then if it's making wrong parts, it's possible that at the moment the machine is manufacturing some parts that are not needed at all at this point.
Why would it be doing that?
So companies are manufacturing the parts in stock. So it's possible that the customer has ordered 10 parts, but then we are still making more parts that have been ordered. Just that
like 20?
Yeah.
Or even more?
Yeah, even more. Yeah. So that's really the dilemma that then the machine is reserved for a long time, and then there would be another more urgent order waiting and access to that machine. So then if we are checking only the utilization, we think that, oh, we are doing such a great job here, machine is running, but then the whole story is that machine is running well only because we are making too big batches of parts, basically.
Yeah. But why is that? Why is it so that if a company manufacturer gets an order for 10, they manufacture 20? In general, there might be various reasons. But
well, usually it's the matter of managing the costs of the setup. Yeah. Or the cost caused by the setup. Yeah. So the setup usually takes time. It takes resources,
especially if it's done manually.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. The main driver that is driving the companies to produce more parts, because now when we have the setup and we have started, so let's make some extra so that we don't have to make these parts next week again and do the setup all over again. So this is usually the thinking behind this.
Yeah, but it misses a mark and misses an opportunity of quick adaptations for the lead time. That's what you're referring. Now I get
exactly.
I get that. Okay, sounds like the picture is rather clear what the problems are of the hurry on surprises and low visibility and what that then leads into. But is there any way out here? How could a production manager make his or her life easier? Topi?
Yeah, obviously there are tools for managing this kind of busy and hurry in the production.
Yeah. In the big picture, how would you summarize those main things that you're gonna need to nail?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I would start with the kind of order-driven manufacturing.
Okay. What does that mean?
Basically, it means that you are producing the parts for the actual customer need. So basically, you don't produce the parts for the stock.
Yeah, like Janne just explained.
Like Janne told. So you have the actual need. You produce the batch and the order what's required for your customer. Yeah. And then you have the kind of the planning for the production capacity. So it's all about how you manage the capacity of your production.
Yeah, and I've understood it also deals with priorities.
Yeah, of course. I would say that everyone in the shop floor and in the production management on the shop floor, the operators, all the people needs to have the kind of the prioritized work lists. You have the priorities, what you need to do.
Yeah, and those might even change.
Yeah.
To have the agility there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when the priorities change, so that which basically means that the customer is calling and asking for shorter delivery time. So then it's also the next step after this order-driven manufacturing is the automatic fine scheduling and the automatic production planning. So basically in this scenario, when we have the orders, then you have a system that updates the production plan automatically based on those production orders and their due dates or delivery dates. And then if something is changing there in the orders, then the plan is automatically updated. So this is really like a concrete way to reduce the amount of hurry of the production manager.
Yes. But if we talk about the setups, and that's a physical thing, right?
Yes.
So you have to do it physically. It's not just a software thing. So I understand that there's also automation hardware usually required there as well.
Yes, and this setup, minimizing the setup time. So there are really many approaches how to do it. So maybe the first step is to have the best possible instructions, drawings available for the operator who's
standardize it.
Setup. Standardize the process, exactly.
Yes.
So this is the thing. So and then to make sure that all the required equipment, tools, etc., are available when the setup work should start. So these are of course then really the cornerstones of the lean thinking that have all the tools available and so on. Yeah. So this is the first step, and then there are of course with the help of flexible automation, then there are ways to implement automation and which will take care of the setup. So then you can eliminate the setup times from the process almost completely.
Yeah, because I've understood that they're not done right before the part goes to the machine, but they're done beforehand so that the machine is always running and you have a small buffer.
Yeah.
That keeps utilization high at all times.
Yeah, and basically in the flexible automation you have like a library of setups ready to be used, and then when the setup is needed, it can be taken into use right away without any manual work. So that's really the cornerstone of the flexible automation.
Yes, but I've understood that it also works so that you don't need to have the automation hardware. Like with our workshop operation product, you only have the software.
Yeah, so then this is really the step I mentioned in the first stage, was that have the correct documents and all the information available for the operator who is starting the setup work. And first of all, the software should be able to tell for the operator that when the setup should be changed.
Yes.
Because sometimes even that is not that obvious. The operator doesn't know that actually the first thing I have to do today is to change the setup.
Yeah.
So then it's the matter of making sure that the people working on the factory floor also have the latest information what to do.
Yeah. Sounds like something to orchestrate everything there in the production.
Exactly.
But what are the kind of requirements of this software? What kind of things need to do in terms of, for example, like research, management, and so on? If you want to do automatic fine scheduling and production planning, what's required?
Yeah, of course you need to have the kind of the model in place, how you produce the parts. So, and by model I mean you have the software where you have the manufacturing process of the part. Yeah. So there you link the raw material, you link the operations, what NC programs, what you need to produce that
tools
operation.
You need.
Yeah, and beyond that you can link the resources like tools and so on.
Yeah, and then the software can kind of play the chess and
Then we can do the planning automatically. So we have the orders. So we have the priority of the needs.
Yeah, that's step number one.
Yeah.
And then Janne continue to the second.
Yeah, and then we have the orders. We have the item-based data, which is used for the kind of the planning the production. Yes. And then you can calculate the optimal way of producing those parts.
Yes, and get the production under control.
Yeah.
I've also understood that the transparency of production is also required. Janne, what do you think about this one?
Yes. So then when we have the production flowing and we think that everything is running fine, so then it would be nice to be able to check that if that's really the case. So how are we doing today? And if there are these surprises I mentioned in the first section. That if there are machine breakdowns happen, for example, so then it would be nice to have the information about those right when they happen, and then the more information the system or the software is able to give for the production manager or production planner, the better. So then the human, which in this case is the production manager, can do the decisions then that how to adapt to this situation. So the software is like a colleague of the production manager who is giving tips and advices and information for the best possible decisions. Yeah.
Well, if we kind of wrap this thing together, these features of order-driven manufacturing help with production planning and management software that gives kind of full transparency of production and this whole entity. And we ask the question of how does this then help with the hurry and surprises? It's quite a complex thing. So would you guys just elaborate it through that, okay, this is what it looks like, but this is how it could be like, and how does the change come about? Yeah. How is the hurry eliminated and the surprises and monitoring problems exactly?
Yeah, exactly. It helps you to plan the production. So it gives you kind of the visibility, what's the actual status in the production. for example, you can see that customer is ordering a new batch or the new order for their needs. So you can see that when do you have the capacity for producing those parts? So what's when you are capable of delivering those?
Yes. So you don't make too bold promises.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it's a tool to help the production manager. That's kind of the first step.
Yeah. And it sounds like it gets things in order, so that when the things that are all of the resources can be like if they're not managed, it could be hell of managing all of that.
Yeah, and
running to standstill type of scenario.
Like we listed that one kind of issue is those surprises, and this kind of digitalized production planning it reduces the surprises. For example, it gives you the exact needs for the resources, so you know that which tools and which raw materials you need today or for the next night shift or the next shift anyway. So you know what you need.
What happens if you apply this kind of software and then machine breaks down? What happens? A single machine breaks down.
Well, in the best case, the system can adapt to the situation automatically. So the system notices that, okay, this machine is down, so now I'm going to route the work to the alternative machine or other device. So this is the highest level of flexibility from the system. And
the production manager at this stage, what does he need to do? Or is this automatic?
Basically, like I said, in the best case, it's totally automatic. But then if anyway there's some human intervention needed to do the replanning of the production, so then it's about it's still the software gives all the available information that actually on that machine we have capacity. So let's move this job from the machine that had the breakdown to this machine. So these kind of things then follow after the machine breakdown with this kind of intelligent planning software.
Yeah, sounds like life much easier than it can be in the worst case scenario. All right, I think it's time to wrap up this episode. I've learned a lot around how does typical production manager's day look like and how to fight those problems. If you want to learn more about Fastems resources, please check our YouTube channel, our other podcasts, our blog at fastems.com/blog. At this stage, I would like to give thanks to Janne and Topi, who were with me here today.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you, Mikko.
Yeah, my name is Mikko Tomala. I thank you also for listening.